These are the things that I will no longer be doing as a Black woman. I will not be moving out of the way on the sidewalk. If I'm walking straight, I will continue walking straight. If you say something out of pocket, I'm going to react out of pocket. Corporate life is also not for me anymore. I should not be the one to inspire new ideas on how to be better at DEI efforts within the company. It is not a brilliant idea to make sure you have an even balance of people of color within your marketing.
Hey, 92%, this is the reminder. We are standing down. We're doing us, finding our joy, keeping our joy, advocating for us, standing in the gap for us. There's going to be a lot of things that happen very soon, probably starting tomorrow, that are already in motion, that are going to make us want to stand up and fight and advocate and all that other stuff. But we're not doing it this time, right? We're good. We're looking out for each other.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, a lot of people, like a lot of Black people, are coming out to call on everyone who has been tagging them and asking them to come out for one protest or the other, okay? And telling them that they are in their resting era. They are in their time where they need to rest. They need to sit down and relax and watch the next 4 years, okay, go past, okay? Everyone that chose this 4 years to be the way it is, that been tagging Black Americans and saying, you guys, why are you not protesting with us? Why are you not standing by us? We did this. In fact, there was even this Mexican lady who was talking about how they were able to help the Black people that came to Mexico and all of that. And, just so many people doing videos and saying, why is the Black people, okay, not helping them? People like this.
Why is nobody else protesting with us? We're not the only immigrants.
You know why. Don't be disingenuous. You know why. If you're confused, maybe you have some memory issues, go back and read the statistics on how people voted in November. And then find non-social media, maybe Reuters, maybe AP, news articles, and review the campaign from last year. The country voted for this. Those of us who didn't, we got the message. So we are going to sit back and let the country get what it asked for. The time to hoop and holler and to make our voice heard was November. A voice was heard.
People like that, okay, did a lot of videos and was talking about why are Black people not coming out to really help them and, help them protest, carry on their Black cards and all of that. And they all forgot that there was a time Black Americans were everywhere on TikTok, on social media, using their platforms, even physically telling everyone, do not vote this way. Why don't you vote for Kamala, right? A lot of them did all of these videos, and instead of these people listening to them, they all also came out and made their own videos and started countering what they said. Some of them called them people who, kind of instigate fear in the hearts of people and all that. That nothing as such is going to happen. That prices of goods is going to come down. And some of these people who are making this video don't even know what tariff is at the time, right? They don't understand what tariff is at that time. What they know is that he promised that he was going to lower taxes, he's going to implement 25% tariff, and those people didn't even know what tariff was. And when these people are coming out and telling you that you should do this and don't do this, you were against them. And all of a sudden, these same people are coming out and telling the Black Americans to come carry placard alongside them, okay, to protest against the injustice in their community and how their people are being deported. And how after, some of them said after them, the next people that will be targeted is the Black Americans. And Black Americans are saying, have you forgotten that we have been here before you came? Okay. Anyway, enough of me saying all of this, sharing all this with you guys. Let's go ahead, watch some of the videos I've gathered for you guys. Then we'll come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it, okay? So let's go ahead and watch these videos, and credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch it.
It's honestly kind of funny in like a darkly comedic way. The response that I see when Black women are saying that we're resting and we're bowing out of this fight and we're not demonstrating and putting ourselves and our bodies and our energy and our labor on the front lines and leaving everyone else to figure all of this shit the fuck out. And the response from you anti-Black, low-key racist people of color, your response is, well, wait until they come for black people next, and you just wait until it's your turn. My brothers and sisters in Christ, where exactly do you think these legislators borrowed their language for in these statutes and these acts and these laws that are now negatively impacting people of color? Where do you think they got those ideas from? Do you guys think you're the first people on this land here in America to be oppressed? Or did it not ever occur to you that the black people here have been the blueprint for oppression since the dawn of time? Since 1619, since the 1400s, if we're being honest, when Spanish explorers set foot in St. Augustine in Florida? You guys don't study history, do you? And more importantly, you all don't listen to black people. Because like I said, black people have been the oppression blueprint since day one, since the very beginning. So all these laws, all of these acts, all of these ideas, all of these attitudes were first tried out and practiced on black people first. And then when they were proven successful on black people, then the racist white people turn on people of color. And like I've said before, you all are so fucking easy to manipulate. You're like putty in their hands because all they have to do is dangle the carrot of white supremacy in front of you, dangle the opportunity, the chance to be not black and not treated like a black person, to get you to vote for Republicans, to get you to vote for acts, statutes, and legislation that actually harm you more than they do you well, because you're doing it in the guise of, oh yeah, this is going to punish black people. This is going to push them down further into the ground, and I get to stand up taller than them, and I get to stand above them and stand on their shoulders and not be considered one of them. And then you all turn around and wonder why we're bowing out of this fight. Why should we bother fighting for you? Why should we bother continuing risking our lives for you? And that's your secret. Those are the attitudes you hold toward us. You're not entitled to our labor. You're not entitled to jack fucking shit. You're in our land, on our country, on our territory, on our terms. Okay? It's our free enslaved labor that built all this shit to begin with. Us and the Native Americans. So you don't get to come here and dictate how we do things and how we respond to things that directly impact Americans, because we are American. You all forget that too. We are American, right? So keep it cute. You don't scare us. Oh, you just wait till black people are up next. Do you lie awake at night fantasizing and getting off and stroking yourself to the thought of black people experiencing violence and oppression? Is that what it is? Then you're actually very white in that regards. And here's the kicker. Here's the thing. You will never actually be white. They will never accept you. You will never be good enough to be one of the good ones. You will never join their ranks. You will never ever have the power or the might of white supremacy behind you, because white people use you as pawns. They use you as tools to get what they want done while never accepting you. And the entire time, all they have to do is just dangle their power in front of you. Each time you try and reach for it and grab it, they tell you, oh, gotta be quicker than that. It's always just out of reach for you. And you all refuse to see that and accept that. You're not white. You never will be. You'll never have white power or white supremacy behind you. You're far closer to the oppressive history that black people live and experience every day. And we try to tell y'all that, but y'all don't want to listen. So now we're not telling you anymore. And now all of a sudden we're bad for bowing out of fights. Go suck your mother. Go take it up with the white folks that you want to be with so badly. The white people who you vote for in every fucking election. Go take it up with them. Why are you coming to us? Those are y'all's homies. Those are y'all's besties. Those are y'all's best friends. We're not in that. We're black, remember? And you're not black, right? So don't come to black people for our labor and our support. Thanks, management.
If Kamala Harris and Donald Trump were going to be exactly the same on Palestine, and there's no way for us to know if Kamala Harris would be better, then why the fuck did you doom us all in America and actually doom the entire world with Trump as president? I peep it, I clock it, I see it. Leftists post-election are trying to be like, gotcha there. There's no way to know if Kamala Harris would be better for Palestine. Yeah, yes. That is what Leftists for Kamala, that is what people who understood the Palestine movement and were still advocating for a vote for Kamala Harris said over and over and over and over again. The difference between the candidates was not on Palestine. And even then, there was a difference between the candidates on Palestine. Like, let's not be so fucking obtuse here. But the main differences was not about Palestine. It was one person was going to pretty much keep our rights the same. And then the other guy was a fascist white supremacist who outlined explicitly exactly how he was going to fuck every marginalized community to bring us back hundreds of years, right? Because it's not just bringing us back to segregation. It's not just rolling back the women's rights movement. It's not just rolling back the queer liberation movement. He wants to challenge birthright citizenship. So that's going by the ratified date, 157 years. He promised that. He promised that over and over and over in his campaign. So for any leftist, whether you were directly a Never Kamala leftist or you just sympathize with them or what the fuck ever, you're so eager to protect leftists, but you don't want to protect anyone fucking else. For y'all to take an argument we had and now turn it around as some sort of shield to justify your stance is fucking ridiculous and crazy. You guys want to talk about unity and where why couldn't you do it earlier? And let's be real, the leftist argument for Kamala Harris, because there was one, I made one constantly, and so did many other people, including Angela fucking Davis. She made it 10 years ago, and she's made it pretty much like every fucking year of her activism, is that the Democrats aren't going to save us, and the Democrats won't lead us to our liberation, but we will. We will. The Americans that were on your side, the people that cared, the people that were also part of your movements, yeah, we are the ones who are going to fight for our liberation. We are the ones who are going to help people, not the government. But we need to be cared for. We need to be fucking alive. We need to survive. We need to not be scared to speak out and protest and march and help you. We need to not be so consumed with our own survival and so scattered in trying to fight for every fucking movement that was already fought so that we could unite and move on, actually move forward, actually progress, and specifically on Palestine. And that's another fucking thing. For Never Kamala leftists to turn around at Kamala Harris voters and be like, how dare you make Palestine a political talking point when it's so much more than that? You motherfuckers did it first. People couldn't talk about reproductive rights without you being like, but what about Palestine? People couldn't talk about queer rights and trans rights in this country without you saying there are queer and trans people in Palestine. And if anyone tried to be like, okay, yes, but I'm trying to talk about America, you were like, oh, you're a fucking nationalist and you're America first and you're just as bad as the Trumpies. And it's like, what the fuck are you on? So yeah, don't bring me that bullshit post-election of, well, there's no way to know if Kamala Harris would have been better, to try to soothe your ego because Trump is going to do something fucking horrible. And need I remind you of the statistic that y'all ludicrously threw in Kamala Harris voters' faces? That 86% of Kamala Harris voters were in favor of a ceasefire? Yeah, y'all like showed that to us as a gotcha. And it's like, wait, that's us. You're telling us that we are on your side to try what? Like, that didn't make any fucking sense. Like, yes, we kept trying to tell you we are on your side. We are on your side. We are on your side. We want this to happen. Guess what? Trump's voters don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They wanted to actively make things worse in their majority. And I'm not so stupid as to think that every fucking Democrat was on our side, but 86% of Kamala Harris voters were. And you threw us to the fucking wolves, including your fucking self. We're all gonna burn, baby. For what? And that's what I keep asking. For what? What was the reason? Because it really just seems like it was your own fucking egos, especially the more and more you double down on stupid fucking arguments. Y'all piss me off. Y'all piss me the fuck off.
So on the Palestine issue, right? I feel that you guys say, "Oh, you don't know if Kamala was also going to do the same." Okay, even to the Hispanic community, you guys didn't know if Kamala was also going to do same, right? And also increment of the tariff and all of those things, or increments of prices, all that. You guys didn't know if Kamala was going to be better, but the good thing is that TB has already served first term, and you guys already know what he did at the time, okay? He was vocal about everything he was going to do. He didn't hide any bit of what he was going to do. And he has actually been the president before now, okay? So he was very okay for you to understand what was going to happen in your community, what was going to, and that's why I just keep seeing videos of this whole Gaza thing and all that, and that everybody is like, why are you shocked? Why are you shocked that this whole thing is happening now? Because everybody was out there telling you that this is what he said he's going to do. Even if some of you turn blind ears and turn blind eyes on everything, okay, that he said at the time of the campaign. But this is us telling you now that he's going to do this. And instead of you listening, you turn deaf ears on all of those things, and you turned your back on them. And right now you're calling them to come do what exactly, okay? So anyway, let's keep watching.
To the Hispanic community, the entire Hispanic community, specifically those that are making posts and doing videos asking, why isn't the black community showing up? Why isn't the black community protesting with you? Why is the black community not supporting you? The black community supported you. The black community overwhelmingly went into the voting booth on November 5th to vote in our best interest and yours. Your fight is not with black people and the black community. Your fight is with these Hispanics.
Press conference in Doral Monday, Venezuelan Americans denounced the Trump administration and South Florida Republicans.
More than betrayed. Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
Imagine talking about political issues, but you don't want to make it political. How, Sway? But that explains why they watched a man for years out on the campaign trail talk about mass deportations and how they were going to be bloody. And they thought that he was going to do that to the other Hispanics, the other brown and black people, not to them. Imagine believing a lying ass liar. That's what they did. They believed a lying ass liar. But wait, there's more. There's this type of Hispanic.
You're a Mexican American.
Yes.
What do you think about Trump's border policy?
I love it. I love it. I'm 100% for it.
Do you know anybody that crossed the border without applying for a green card?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I have met family members that did. Cousins, nephews, nieces.
Because those people might be deported if Donald Trump wins.
That's okay. That's okay.
How long have they been here for?
Years, like 20, some like 30 years.
And so you think the members of your own family who've been here for 30 years should be deported?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, they can be deported, but they can also apply to come back again to the United States, but do it the right way.
How do you think they would feel about you saying that?
Oh, they would be very angry. They are angry at me right now. They don't talk to me because I support Trump.
We will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of our country.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
That's okay.
Your fight is with your own people, not with black people. We went into the voting booth where it really counted, with you in mind. Your people went into the voting booth and voted for Trump.
It's actually hilarious listening to Trump supporters say they're voting for Trump because they want lower taxes, when in reality, Kamala Harris is the only candidate that actually wants to lower taxes for over 100 million American citizens and won't raise taxes for anybody making less than $400,000 per year. Whereas Trump is only significantly lowering taxes for the top 5% of wealthiest Americans. Trump supporters either don't have an actual understanding of Trump's tax plan, or they think that Trump is going to make them millionaires overnight, but either way, they should know that Trump actually only has concepts of a plan for how he's going to magically improve our economy, which basically just includes putting extremely high tariffs on imported goods, and that would only make life more expensive for you and your family. Remember, this is the same guy who inherited Barack Obama's economy, took credit for it, and then destroyed it during his first term. The only thing impressive about Trump's economy is how he was able to add over $9 trillion to our national debt while simultaneously losing over 3 million American jobs. If Trump somehow becomes president again, we would be his 7th bankruptcy.
Have you ever had time to really sit down and ask questions or even speak with the whole Hispanic community or people who really support TP? Okay, those people who really voted for him, the Asians, the Hispanics, the even the black community, some people that voted for him, okay, even though mass population of the black community voted for Harris, everyone who is a Trumper, have you had time to really sit down, people who chose to vote for Republican, to ask them the reason why they did, and also find out exactly why they did like finding out exactly what they did, and also maybe have conversation, like deep conversation about the economy, about life in America, about life generally with them, okay, and also maybe push the narrative of the mass deportation happening and what they really think about the whole mass deportation, what they think about price hikes, what they think about prices of egg not coming down, or price of housing is going to go up and all that. And people already living the US who are United States citizens, people living, and also ask them questions about the birthright citizenship, like have deep conversation with them, then you have an understanding who they are, where they are currently, okay, where they are currently, their mindsets are currently. That's the only way you can understand who they really are and the reason why they voted the way they voted. Because if you have not really sat down to really ask those questions or really converse with them, you might still think that both of you have the same IQ and the same, intellect, not knowing that these people are so, they're very far behind you, right? If you take your time to ask them, because most times when you see them coming out on the internet to really do their videos and all that, you just be shocked on the kind of things they talk about, especially when they bring up things that concerns the economy. You'll be wondering, like, what part of the economy are we still talking about? Like, what part of life are we in? Are we in 1999 or we're in 2025, right? Because these people still reason like inflation is something that comes in and goes out. Like anybody has the right to really decrease prices and also, skyrocket prices, right? That's the thing. All of you need to really sit down and ask these people some questions if you really want to understand why they did what they did. And that's the only way you understand that some of them, it is where their mindset is at the time. That's the way that they voted, right? Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments from this whole video. And let me remind you, black people said they are resting. You guys just need to let them rest, right? They said it is time for them to be on sabbatical. It's time for them to go on vacation, do all of those things that they have not been doing, all those things that they leave their own thing to listen to you, to do your own thing, carry placards around and be saying, oh, free these people, all of those things they have said this 4 years, we are not doing it again. We are staying on business, standing so much on business and watching every other person do their thing, okay? And every other person who keeps saying, oh, you are going to be next. These people say, we have actually been there. It's been us all along. They've been doing this to us for a very long time and they're used to it, right? So you coming to tag them that going to be next, that means you're just like the new generation, you're just coming up. Until you understand the struggles of these people, you might end up not really understanding life perfectly, right? Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, in the comments. Let's have that conversation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do what to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And I hope to see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you all. Bye, guys.